Today we're taking a look at a few chart analysis for the week ahead. So we're starting with gold. So on the screen here, this is a gold chart on a weekly time frame. So obviously gold has been in a bullish trend for the past 4 years or so. So since 2018, we've been in this massive bullish trend. So we had our double top and we had a solid support level on a weekly time frame. So I'm just going to mark this out on the chart. So I'm going to use this, excuse me. So these are our weekly support level, okay? So 3 weeks ago, or yeah, 4 weeks ago, price came down to this level. So we tapped the weekly support level and we had this bullish momentum upwards. So these are our double top, which is going to act as our resistance level right now for the sake of this explanation. So yeah, so after this, during this bullish momentum, after we tapped the weekly support level, we had some interesting thing happen. So I'm going to go down to the lower time frame so we can see clearly what happened within this bullish move. So hopefully we could spot some really great trade opportunities for next week. So yeah, so this is, I'm going to go down further down to 2 hours time frame. So yeah, so this is the go chart, 2 hours time frame. So after tapping our weekly support level, we had this bullish run up in which we took advantage. So if you're following us on Instagram, so you would have known how we took advantage of this bullish move over the past 3 weeks. So yeah, so price range within this channel for some time. So we had this slight breakout, then a retest and another breakout. So on our Instagram page, I talked about paying attention to this level. So I know most people would have jumped into a sell trade here. Maybe after this retest, took another sell trade here. But I warned about this setup on Instagram, saying we shouldn't FOMO into a breakout from this level, because if you overlay the moving average, there's something beautiful. Okay, now the moving average, so this is the 1 hour time frame moving average. So the moving average is the 200 moving average. Stick to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so the moving average has acted as a very solid support level in the past after we reversed from this massive bullish move off of the weekly support level. So now, acting as a support level, price has failed to break below the 200 1 hour time frame moving average. So this signifies that this bullish trend is still valid. So there's no indication yet that the bullish momentum on gold is coming to an end. So if you had taken a sell trade here, so you had this moving average to stop you out from your trade, and with a possible reversal. Okay, so now the only scenario in which we would have gone long on gold was if we broke through this support level. So I'm going to go down to the 1 hour time frame so we can see this clearly. So yeah, so if we had broken through this support level on the 1 hour time frame, then we would have considered going long, but not just going short, excuse me. So not just breaking through this level, so breaking through this level and also breaking through the 200 moving average. So that would have signaled a good opportunity to go short. So I don't mean we had something like this. So I don't mean we had a breakout like this, then some sort of consolidation below the 200 week moving average, then maybe a retest of the 200 moving average to confirm that okay, price has really broken the moving average and we might continue a bearish momentum. So this would have been the only scenario in which I would have gone long on gold, because I knew this moving average was going to hold, or there's a probability that the moving average will hold. Okay, because the dollar is starting to lose strength at the moment. So this was a good scenario to go long. So not just basing your entry on this the broken trend line. So that's it. So in order to go long, that was a scenario to go short, excuse me. So in order to go long, so I'm just going to get rid of this channel right now. So in order to go long, this is what I'm watching out for. So I'm watching out for a breakout from this level of resistance. So yeah, so this is our level of resistance on gold. So this is the 1 hour 1 hour time frame. So it's kind of not solid right now because it's kind of difficult to trade gold on a on lower time frames, except we have those huge move, so those high volume candles or high momentum candles. So if you want to go long on gold, this is what I'll be watching out for. Okay, so I'm going to watch out for a good breakout from this level, a retest, and some sort of bullish continuation pattern before I go long on gold. So it's going to look like this. So it could be a bullish flag, it could be an ascending triangle or a symmetrical triangle, but it has to happen above this area of resistance on gold before I can consider going long. So I'm just going to go back to the higher time frame to see if we have any, solid support level, resistance level that could, prevent us from going higher. So this is something else to pay attention to. Okay, so this is a very important level because we had this other block here before this huge bearish momentum. So this could also act as a solid area of resistance. So if you're going to trade this breakout, just give me a minute, I'm going to get rid of this now. So if you're going to trade this breakout, you should also pay attention to these levels. Yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah, so this is it. So if you're going to trade this breakout on a 1 hour time frame, you should pay attention to this level because this could also potentially stop your trade. Okay, so the risk to reward ratio entering a trade here is just not worth it in my opinion. So I'm just going to reanalyze. So in order for me to go long on gold, I'm going to wait for something like this, a consolidation within this range, then maybe a potential breakout from this level. Then this will give me a good signal to go long on gold. And in order for me to go short, I'm just going to wait for a break from this 200 1 hour time frame moving average, a retest, then a bearish consolidation pattern, and then a breakout for me to consider going short on gold. So this is it basically on gold. This is how I trade. I watch the trend, wait for a breakout, a confirmation, and then before going long. So in this case, if we're going to be trading with respect to the trend, going for a bullish, going long or going for a buy trade is going to be the most probable option. So instead of looking for an opportunity to go short, you should look for suitable opportunity to go long because we are clearly in a bullish trend on gold. Because you can see this. So we tapped into the weekly support level, we had a run up, we created a higher high, a higher low, another higher low here, a higher low, now a higher low acting as a support level, which corresponds or closely rests on our moving average. Okay, so this moving average further signifies that this bullish momentum is likely going to continue. So it's only logical to look for buy trade opportunities, okay, opportunities to go long, and that can be something like this, waiting for a bullish continuation pattern, a breakout, and then a continuation. So this is what I'll be watching out for to go long on gold, and this is what I'll be watching out for to go short on gold. So moving on, we're going to be talking about EUR USD real quick. So EUR USD is another interesting chart. So we're going to start from the daily chart, okay? So what can we see? So EUR USD has been in a bearish trend for the past almost 2 years now. Yes, so I don't want to go far back. So see this. So EUR USD has been in a solid bearish trend. So this is what I found out when I analyzed this chart during the weekend. So that was yesterday actually. So taking these levels, so this is a channel, I'm just going to pull out the channel here. So taking these levels, so EUR USD has ranged or has gone bearish within this channel for a very long time, and it has respected its channel quite significantly. I'm going to go down to the 6 hour chart, okay, 6 hour time frame. So looking at this chart, EUR USD has flawlessly maintained its bearish trend within its channel. Okay, so going short on this kind of chart pattern is just a no-brainer. So when you get opportunity to go short, you just go short. Now I'm just going to mark out a few important levels out on the charts, like we have here, for example. Okay, this is a very solid area of value. Now the reason is because this level has acted as a good support level. Yeah, so 3 bounces off this level, and then we had this massive breakout from this level, and then we went down to $1. So this is where we had parity between the dollar and euro. So we bounced off the support level of the channel, and we had this huge consolidation here. So with this huge consolidation, now we've tapped into this area of value once more, and could we break this level or could we go short? So this is what I'm going to be watching out for. Okay, in order for me to go short on Euro USD, I'm just going to watch out for something like this. So this is some sort of rising wedge. Yes, so this is some sort of rising wedge. So we had this, yes. So I'm sorry the chart look a bit messy right now. So we had this rising wedge. We had a test of this area of value. Then we had a reversal. So the only way for me to consider going short is if we break through this the support level of this rising wedge. We have a retest and some sort of bearish consolidation pattern and a break of that consolidation pattern. That's what's going to make me go short on Euro USD. So yeah, something like this. Okay, so a breakout below the support level, so the support level of the rising wedge, a consolidation and a break of that consolidation is what's going to make me consider going short for Euro USD. Okay, so going short is going to help us trade in line with the trend, because clearly this has been a macro bearish trend. So I'm just going to scroll back so you can see. So right from these levels we had this massive bearish trend. So it's only logical to look for opportunity to go short, and the only way to go short, in my opinion, is wait for a breakout, a consolidation, a bearish consolidation, or a bearish continuation pattern showing us that this bearish trend is going to continue before we go short. Now there's also another scenario where we could actually go long, but the only way to go long, in my opinion, I'm just going to get rid of this so it's clear. So the only way to go long, in my opinion, is if we see something like this. So if we see some sort of consolidation within this rising wedge and we break out from this area of value, then another consolidation up here and another breakout, so that's when I'm going to think about going long on Euro USD. So if this pattern happens, excuse me, I'm just going to explain something really important. So I'm going to get rid of this first. So if this pattern happens, it means there's a possibility that we might be having a trend reversal for Euro USD. Okay, so even if we break out from this level, so we've clearly broken out from this channel, that's one. Then we've also broken out from this area of value, so that's another confluence to that signifies that we might be having a trend reversal for Euro USD. So whatever pattern we have here, whether it's a bullish flag, an ascending triangle, a symmetrical triangle, as far as it signifies that there's going to be a bullish continuation, then we go long. So that's it. So even if we are to go long after this consolidation and a breakout, so these are the possible targets. So first target is going to be this level, then second target is going to be this level. So I'm speaking about taking take profit levels now. Okay, so I'm just going to measure the price range. So a breakout from this level to these levels would be approximately 300 pips, and that's good enough for me. So if you're going to trade a breakout like this, so stop loss is going to be below this area of value. So depending on the build up we have below here before the breakout, that will determine where our stop loss is going to be. But this is the only reason why I'll be going long on Euro USD, and this would be my scenario to go short on Euro. So a breakout like this, a consolidation, a bearish continuation pattern, and then a breakout. So this is my scenario to go short for Euro USD, and this is my scenario to go long for Euro USD. So moving on, we're going to be taking a look at the GBP USD. So this is a very, very complicated chart, a bit confusing. So I just want to talk about it because it's one of those major currencies out there, and it was highly requested by the community. This is similar to what we have in the Euro USD. So looking at the daily chart, we are clearly in a bearish trend, okay? But now we see some kind of V-shaped pattern, which usually signifies a potential trend reversal. But we're not going to make assumptions. We're just going to follow up with what the chart gives us. So now drawing our lines, what can we see? So this is a 4-hour time frame now, okay? So I'm just going to adjust this a little. So in order for us to clearly analyze this, so this could be something important to watch out for. So we could be in an ascending channel. So this could be a very large bearish flag for me right now. So we could go up, we could come down, go up again before actually breaking out for a continuation of the bearish trend. So this is based on assumption, okay, but I would not want us to, base our entry or our trade based on, assumptions. So now looking at more realistic goals, okay, I'm going to get rid of this. So looking at more realistic areas, excuse me. So what can we see? This is a clear area of value. So this level. So trading is all about probability. So nothing is fixed, nothing is certain. It's all about probabilities. So I'm going to get rid of this channel first. So now this is a solid area of value. So if we were to break out from this level, this will be an opportunity for me to go long on GBP USD, because it will signify that we've broken structure and the trend is probably about to reverse. So like we had this slight bullish move here. So I'm going to put a trend line here. So this is GBP USD. So now let's dive in. So this is a forward chart on GBP USD. So what is the scenario in which we could go long for GBP USD? So this is it. I'm gonna adjust this a little. So now the only way I'll consider going long for GBP USD in continuation of this new price action showing some sort of bullish momentum is if we break above this area of value. So if we get something like a breakout from this level, a retest, and a bullish continuation pattern, then I will consider going long on GBP USD, because there's clearly nothing signifying that we're going to continue going up. Okay, right now there's nothing, because even if we were to go up from here, we have this solid area of value holding us, or that might prevent us from going further. And right now there's no entry trigger right at these levels for me to consider going long. So I'm just going to wait. So we might get something like this. So we might get some sort of consolidation like this, and then when we get to this level, we might see a breakout like this. So this is what I'm going to watch out for in order for me to go long on GBP USD. So my confirmation will be a breakout from this level, a bullish consolidation or a continuation pattern, and then another bullish move for me to go long. This, it works for me, not 100%, but coupled with a solid risk management, I get the best trade results. Okay, so I trade breakout, I wait for patterns, and most likely I trade according to the trend. But in this case, in order for me to go short, I'm just going to wait for a breakout, a consolidation, a bearish continuation pattern, or a bearish consolidation, and another breakout for me to consider going short on GBP USD. And there's something else to pay attention to here. Okay, so even if we have our breakout, I'm not just going to jump into a sell trade. Why? Because there is an area of value we need to pay attention to. So I'm going to mark this out on the charts. Where's that too? Okay, yeah. So this is another area of value to pay attention to when trading GBP USD. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to get rid of this. So this GBP USD, I'm going to get rid of this as well. So this is another area of value to pay attention to. Okay, so even if we go as high as these levels and we have a breakout here, so this could be a fake out and could probably lead to a continuation of the bullish trend. So jumping into a trade here wouldn't be logical, except there's a great risk to reward ratio as at that time, depending on the build up. Okay, but a more logical reason, or a more logical scenario to go short, excuse me, will be waiting for us to break through this area of value. So I'm going to take this up. So a more logical scenario to go short will be something like this, making something like this, a break, then a break of this level, a retest, a consolidation, and then another break. This is what I'm going to watch out for in order to go short for GBP USD. The reason is because we would have made a lower low corresponding to this level. Okay, so now we have a swing low here, we have a higher low, this higher low. So if we were to break through this level, retest and break out, so then we would have put in a lower low. Okay, so a low lower than this. So that would have signified a potential trend reversal, or yeah, it could be short term, it could be long term, you don't know that, but this would be a more valuable reason or a more concrete reason to go short instead of just jumping into a breakout here that might be a fake out. This could also be a fake out, but there's far more credibility entering at a pattern like this than just jumping on a trade here. Okay, because now if you take a look at this top, this is a high and we kind of didn't break through this high, so this might this is probably signifying a weakness in GBP USD. But instead of making assumptions, we are just going to wait to see what the market does and trade accordingly. So once again, scenario to go long would be waiting for a pattern like this, a breakout from this area of value, a retest, and a bullish consolidation, and then a breakout before going long. So something like this is what's going to make me go long on GBP USD. And to go short, I'll wait for a break of this level, a retest, a bearish continuation or consolidation before going short. So that's it for GBP USD. Moving on, we're going to take a look at AUD USD. So I had some things drawn on the chart prior to this lesson or this analysis. So what do we have here? So these three currency pairs, EUR USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, something important to note is that they all have the US dollar as the quote currency. So that's why they kind of have the same trend. So they are all in a bearish trend, okay? So looking at the daily chart on AUD USD, so we've been in some sort of bearish trend, okay? But it's more significant taking the high here. So this is the daily time frame. I'm going to go down to, let's say, the 6-hour time frame. Maybe this is going to be a little bit clearer. So this is 6-hour time frame for AUD USD. So we can see our swing high, a lower high, another lower high, a lower high here, and same with the lows. So we have lower lows. So this is clearly a bearish trend for AUD USD, but something interesting is happening now. So after this bearish trend, we had this this is a falling wedge, which usually signifies a potential trend reversal. So we had a breakout from this falling wedge, and we had some sort of consolidation and then a bullish flag. So we had a breakout from this bullish flag, which failed to continue. So I'm going to go down to the lower time frame so we can see this clearly. So at this level, we have some sort of double bottom on AUD USD. Okay. So we had a double bottom. I know so many traders plan to have entered here, but we didn't close below. So this is what I'm talking about. So whenever we get a breakout, wait for the bearish continuation pattern. So I'm going to go down to the 1-hour time frame. Okay. So now, so this is something very important to take note of. So after the breakout, we had a retest, then we had this bearish continuation pattern, which actually sent us down to these levels. So a good entry would have been entry at this breakout and targeting the bottom. So going short, if you missed this breakout, would have been to enter at the break of this support level, but the candle on the 1-hour time frame failed to close below. So we formed something like an hanging man, which is a bullish reversal pattern, and we had this bullish momentum and a bullish move. So this move here was as a result of the United States inflation data. So the United States inflation data last week, which was actually weak, signifying that there's a slight decrease in inflation, actually led to this massive move here. So we can see that across all USD pairs. So this sharp movement here was as a result of the United States inflation data. So going back to the higher time frame for AUD USD. So this breakout actually led to a break of this resistance level, which was where we had our higher low. Okay, the last lower high. So looking at it from this angle. Okay, so now breaking up from this level, we are having a consolidation. So in order for me to go long on AUD USD, I wait for something like this. So something like this, a bullish continuation pattern, the same with every other pattern, okay, before going long on AUD USD. So if I don't get this, it's going to be quite difficult to pick an entry. So something else you could do if you are going down to the 1-hour time frame, so you could do something like this. So I'm going to get rid of this right now. So you could do something like this. Excuse me. So yeah, you could pick this horizontal tool, and there you have some sort of minor resistance level. So a break of this level would be the only reason why I'll be going long. So something like this, maybe a retest, some sort of consolidation, a bullish move before I go long on AUD USD, because clearly it seems like we are having a trend reversal and price could be going higher. So right now, something very important to pay attention to is that it's kind of difficult to be bullish on AUD USD and bearish on Euro USD, okay? Because they both have the US dollar as the quote currency. So that's something very important to also pay attention to, because if the US dollar is the major mover in the market, then you should expect these currencies to move in the same direction. But AUD USD seems to be showing some sort of strength, so that's why it feels like the AUD USD is in a bullish trend, while the Euro USD is still in a bearish trend. But overall, long term, they get to move in the same direction when the US dollar plays the major move in the market as we have it right now. So moving on, I'm going to talk a little about the USD JPY. So the USD JPY has been in a massive bullish trend, no doubt about that. So this is the one day time frame. So you can see right from September last year. So we've been in this massive bullish trend. So part of the reason is because the US dollar got stronger and the Japanese yen got weaker at the same time. So that's why we had this massive bullish run for Japanese yen. So let's try to see if we can spot out any good trade opportunity on the lower time frame. So we had this bullish flag. Yeah, it doesn't look like a flag, but this is a bullish flag within this channel. So we had a breakout. I'm going to go further down to the lower time frames. So we had this breakout, a retest. Then we had this bearish flag. So this is a bearish continuation pattern I've been talking about on other chart analysis. So we had this breakout, a retest. So a good entry would have been around this level or after the break of this bearish flag. So we broke this area of value. So this is a very important area as well. So we had price use level as support level in the past. So we picked this area as our area of value. So we had a retest of that area, a slight break above, but we had a consolidation, but we failed to break above this consolidation. So had it been we broke above this place, then we would have gone long. But since we didn't, so this bearish move here was also as a result of the data on the US inflation. So now we had this bearish move down. So something to pay attention to is this. If you pick the two lows, so we have something like an ascending channel. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. So this is something important to pay attention to. So this could be the Japanese yen changing trend, because as we checked out on the daily time frame, we've been in a massive bullish trend. So this could be a potential change in trend. Okay, so that's why I picked the two lows. I'm going to go down to the 2-hour time frame. So that's why we picked the two lows on the USD JPY. So now we have some sort of bearish flag. So if we get something like this, and a breakout, this would be a massive trade here. So trading the breakout at this level, I'm going to put, so trading the breakout at this level would be a massive trade for USD JPY to go short, targeting lower prices. So we're going to be targeting lower prices as low as these levels here. So if you measure the price movement, you're going to get something like this. So you're going to get about 600 pips, which is actually not a small move. So even before we get here, so there's also another important level to pay attention to down here. So that's this level of support. So we could see a massive bearish move down to this level, a consolidation, and then markets decide if we're going to go lower or go higher. So looking at more realistic goals for day traders, the only way to go short for me, in my opinion, the only way to go short for USD JPY is waiting for a breakout from this, you know, bearish flag. So if we get something like this, a retest or a consolidation, then I will consider going short. But this is something else to pay attention to. There's something else to pay attention to here, because we might get stopped out at these levels. So if you're okay with the risk to reward ratio, entry and the breakout here, and getting stopped out at this level, then fine. But it's just not worth it, in my opinion, because getting into a trade at this level and targeting this level is just 100 pips, and stop loss will probably be at the top of the next high or the lower high. So we have no idea what the build up is going to be right now. So whenever that comes, then we're going to know where our stop loss is going to be. But take profit is going to be at these levels, because this is the next significant level after a breakout here. But something interesting would be if we go up to these levels, range within this channel, and then maybe get our breakouts from this level. Then the risk to reward ratio, getting to a trade at the break of this channel, will be worth it, because if you measure from these levels to this level, if you measure from these price levels to this level, so you have over 200 pips. So the risk to reward ratio is much better compared to waiting for a breakout at this level, which would give you approximately just 100 pips. So that's it for USD JPY. So let's take a look at an opportunity to go long, a scenario to go long. So I'm going to get rid of this channel. So if you are going to go long for USD JPY, this is something to pay attention to. Okay, so let's say, for example, we have this channel, this trend line, so a break of this trend line is going to be the only reason why I would consider going long, because when we break this channel, so let me just put this here. Okay, now, so if we were to break out from this channel, this trend line, so if we were to get something like this, a breakout from this level, then a retest, maybe a consolidation within these levels or above, then another breakout, this is the only reason why I'm going to go long on USD JPY, because this would clearly signify that there's been a continuation in this trend. So it's going to be something like this. So now we have a low here, we have a higher low, then we're probably going to get another higher low if we break out from this level. So that will mean we're going to make a higher high. So right now we're clearly in a bearish trend, because we have this low, we have this high, a lower high, another lower high, a lower high here. So if we were to break out from this trend line and this area of value, which is a resistance level, then we would have made a higher high, which would signify a potential bullish move. Okay, so that will be the reason why I'll be going long if we get something like this. So if we break out a bullish continuation pattern, then that will send us higher. So our target will be at these levels. Yeah, so our first target will be at these levels, then a break above this level, consolidation, then will send us further higher. So something like this, and a consolidation higher. So the thing is, you have to understand that price does not necessarily have to go for a retest and a consolidation before moving forward. So we could get a breakout and move straight up, but I wait for this consolidation because they act as some sort of confirmation for my trades. If I don't get them, I don't get into the trades. So that's how I'm able to get a good win rate with my trades, because of this confirmation. So these are just simple tools. So I trade with simple tools: trend lines, chart patterns, trends, market structure. These are I trade. If I don't get those put together, there's no way I'm taking any trade. Okay, so that's it for USD JPY. So lastly, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. This is something everybody wants to know about. Are we going higher or are we going lower? So let's take a look at a few charts on Bitcoin. So now this is the 4-hour time frame. So we're going to be starting with the 4-hour time frame. Now clearly Bitcoin has been ascending for the past let's see, so this has been since June. So we've been in this slow bullish grind since June this year for Bitcoin. So what you should be watching out for is, if we were to break through this trend, then we should see lower prices. So if we should do something like this, then we will see lower prices. So I don't day trade Bitcoin right now, so I'm just in for the long term. So it's kind of difficult to pick out points of entries for short term traders. So if you are going to play this in the short term, so you could take a trend line like this. I'm going to get rid of this. So and wait for a break. So if we were to get a consolidation like this, and then a break of this trend, another consolidation, then you can think about going short on Bitcoin, targeting the lows of this channel. Why to go higher, I don't think it's advisable to go long. This is why. Now on the daily time frame, so this is the daily time frame on Bitcoin. Okay, now excuse me, so this is the daily time frame on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been in a massive bearish trend. Okay, so looking at price action, okay, now you will find out that we've had a pattern like this before. So this is rough, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to portray here. So all the patterns we've had that look similar to what we're having right now has only sent price downward. So after this, after this peak, we had this bearish move, then we had this huge consolidation, which is ideally or technically a bearish flag. So we had a breakout, a continuation. Okay, now we had another consolidation here, which is another bearish flag. We had a breakout, then further decline. Now we're having the same pattern. So it's only logical to expect a bearish breakout that would probably send us down to lows of maybe $15,000 or $12,000 for Bitcoin. Okay, because now many traders made the mistake of thinking we were going higher when we broke this level, myself included as at that time. So I'm going to get rid of this channel. So when we broke out from this level, because this felt like a symmetrical triangle, okay, so I'm going to draw this like this. So this felt like a symmetrical triangle. So when we broke out from this level, so many traders felt like we're going higher, but the trend clearly shows that we're in a bearish trend. So it's only logical to go for to spot out bearish trade opportunities instead of trying to go long even when the market is telling you we are going lower. And something else that plays into this bearish move for Bitcoin is the fact that the dollar is strong at the moment. The dollar is strong. Okay, the United States are undergoing what we call quantitative tightening, which means they are pulling out supply from the market, which makes the US dollar scarcer. So that's one of the major reasons why the US dollar has been in a bullish move for the past few months or for the past 1 year. So it's only logical to expect the same to happen again. So if we were to break through this trend line or break through these levels, then we could go lower for a final leg down before we can think of going for longs. That's for day traders. But if you are into Bitcoin for the long term, so you could just get in and hold your bags and wait and see what the future holds for this new asset and new technology. So I hope this chart analysis was enlightening. I hope you learned a thing or two, and I definitely hope it helps you makes your trade in next week easier. So that's it for this week's analysis. So I'm going to see you next week, Sunday, same time. Please subscribe to our channel, like the video, share with friends. See you next week.